Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this video I'm going to showcase the first version of my Odd Dragon Warrior for Rastakhan's Rumble. I had high hopes for Dragon Warrior and for Rastakhan's Rumble. Now basically three ways Dragon Warrior can go. You can go for a tempo path, or you can go for a regular Dragon Warrior, including even cost cards, or you can go for an odd build. But unfortunately, my first attempts at tempo and regular both failed. I'm not going to put those up on YouTube, but they didn't quite work out as I hoped they would. However, this odd deck was an immediate success. The Dragon package just complements the Odd Warrior extremely well, because you have more Whirlwind stuff with the Dragon, more Scorcher, Smolderton Lancer gives you an Execute on a stick, Emberscale Drake gives you even more armor, Crowd Roaster is some nice removal, even the value from Ysera can be pretty sweet. So it still plays like an Odd Warrior. You get armor, mute chill, you're all cool, and then you win the game. With all these big dragons you have some offensive capabilities, perhaps a little bit more than Odd Warrior used to have, but you're still a fairly defensive deck. I'm also running one copy of Thinkmaster Overspark in this build. There are some Deathrattles around right now, and Double Silence and Thinkmaster seems to be doing quite a good job against those. I'm not sure if this is really the final line that is best to take, because I took the path of putting in dragons and then putting in these fatigue cards, so Daihon Hatchlings, Elise the Trailblazer. Whereas I have seen that many other people have taken the path of combining dragons with mechs. And I have yet to try that approach myself. I can already tell you that this deck was doing very well. But of course, once the meta stabilizes, who knows how it's going to turn out. And I will have to try out the Dragons and Mechs package myself to also be able to compare a little bit better on which approach is better. Anyway, the preliminary assessment is that Dragons in Warrior go to the Odd Warrior core. Which is kind of sad because you don't get to use Dragon Roar and the War Master, but this just seems to outperform playing just all cost of cards. As always, I've prepared some gameplay material of this deck for you, so let's go take a look at it in action. Maybe you need Dinomatics. Maybe. Then I would go for that mech build, and it's not impossible. Any idea which decks will come out on top this expansion? No, not really, not yet. APM Priest looks good, Spell Hunter looks good, but impossible to say at this moment. We're not deep enough into the expansion. But maybe it's that Dragon package just isn't that impressive in the end. Or maybe I would need to combine it with the mechs. I mean, there are several options. But we need to play more games to see how it goes, because you are going to lose like 30-40% of your games anyway, no matter what you do. So we must not get too focused on the result of an individual game. The new Odd Mage should be powerful. Yeah, I won 85% of games with the Odd Mage. Odd Mage was really good. Everyone else was playing really bad Odd Mage list, though I was just farming the mirrors. But my list is good. I assume this is Spell Hunter. Of course, there's never a reason to assume anything else. I think we're dropping Elise here because Elise is the biggest threat I can play. Elise is also something that doesn't mind too much about freezing traps. APM. The combo priest with test subject and Stone Tusk Boar. Oh, this is an old-fashioned. This is an old-fashioned deck, I see. A Deathrattle Hunter. Well, it also wins with Rexxar. Rexxar and the Deathrattle pressure together is too much. When he can activate this Deathrattle multiple times, I can't really stop him from doing so. I mean, I could Shield Slam it. I actually think I will. Shield Slam the egg. He gets a 5/5, of course. And he can use the candle shot and the 5/5 to kill the Daihorn hatchling. Then I could execute the 5/5, for example. Oh, he uses both Hunter's Marks already. I think that's pretty surprising. I probably would not have used both Hunter's Marks like this very early. But fine. Then I'm going to roast the 5/5. Well, now he can use the wolf and the candle shot to kill this. He's really looking for that Deathstalker Rexa now. Next turn is the turn 8. Next turn is the power turn. What do I have against that turn? And I don't have a whole lot. Now I have a little bit more. Okay. Katrina? Maybe? Maybe not. No, of course there is a Katrina. And Katrina pulls... a charged Devil Sword. I see, I see. Well, that is one timely Super Collider now, isn't it? But Katrina pulls something more again. I will have 4 mana after Super Collider, so I can only kill something with 5 health. If it pulls King Crusher, another Devil Sword. Faceless Katrina and get your Daihorn. Do you think that's enough value? I really doubt that. I'm actually thinking of 3, 5, 6, 9 mana. Yeah, I'm probably going for this line. Shield block, hero power. Shield slam the Katrina. Please don't pull the Grizzly. Doesn't pull a Grizzly. So then we can flurry this board away. I was actually thinking of doing this, because if I leave King Crush alive, or a Charged Devil Sword alive, and he has a cube, then that's a huge problem for me. I can't let that happen. I simply cannot let that happen. And like now I can do Faceless on this King Crush, so that I can kill the King Crush. I might even develop an Ember Scale Drake here. So now I killed the Devil Sword and I've killed the King Crush. But then there's Deathstalker Rexa that can still win the game for him. Houndmaster is intriguing. Oh, he's going to get some Deathrattle activations on this egg. I suppose that's pretty intriguing too. Yeah, I need to Super Collider the Houndmaster. He can still get a cube on the 5/5. Not a huge fan of that. Because he still has multiple Deathrattle activations and he still has the cubes. True, I wonder which is stronger between Mechatoon or Quest Topsy-Turvy OTK. Hard to say, really. Topsy-Turvy can go off earlier if it finds all the pieces. Because if there's cubes and more Deathrattle activators, then that's a problem. A little bit uncertain here. I guess I'll kill the Shaw. Let's kill the Shaw. Let's just kill the Shaw. But I'm a little bit afraid of him cubing the Devil Sword, because I have not found any silences yet. Well, I have 2 silences and a Thinkmaster in the deck, so I have some... Oh, he's running Harrison Jones. I did not see that coming. Well, now he can cube, but he can proc the cube. But cubing is still good. This one not so great. Now I found a silence too. Okay. I go down to 12. That's acceptable. Super Collide there. Then we armor up. Okay, I'm down to 16. I dealt with basically everything but the Deathstalker. But then next up is the Deathstalker, of course. And that can definitely still grind this out. bit of a beating here. Intriguing Mossy Horror play, because I can hit this one into the Mossy, which is what I suppose I need to do here. I hit that one into the Mossy, I armor up and I play the Ember Scale. So I get to 17. Okay, 17 is something. I'm also currently challenging the Mossy Horror here. Both flanking strikes have been spent. He might have another... Oh, he had the Deathrattle Rexa the whole time. He just didn't want to play it immediately, I see. I understand now. He just felt like he can win without it, so I play it. That would like take away all the fun. If you play your most powerful card. Who wants to play their most powerful card anyway? I want to kill this. I think I want to play Baku now. I will miss a hero power this turn, but I'm at 15, so I think it's acceptable. But now it's going to be the Deathrattle Rexa grind, which will probably kill me. We'll see. He might have a charged Devil's Aura. He has some Witchwood Grizzlies too, right? Can he find something poisonous? It's about half of the time. 4/7 with Taunt. But that's not poisonous. That's an upside. That's a pretty major upside.
Slay them.
Not being poisonous is great for me. Do I want to play more minions? Yeah, I think I want to play the Amalgam now. It's hard to say what he has left because he has played 2 trackings, so there are 4 cards from his deck that have been simply discarded. And I don't know what those 4 cards are. There's some sort of Deathrattle activation left. Mr. Teroske Stalker. Charging zombies that creates more beasts. Intriguing. Why would you charge Phase though? Oh, because of the Teroske Stalker. Terrible positioning. Well, it does mean that the beast survives if I hit here and kill these 2. That could be a problem for me. I think it's too early to go for Iron Beacon Brawl. I probably do need to hit here. Tobika just subscribed 4 months in a row. Good evening. Thank you for your support, I appreciate that. This is tough right now. I have to take the hit there. Love those minions. I kind of don't want to play my dragon. I don't feel like rolling the Think Master. But it does look like Deathrattle Rexa is simply going to grind me out here. Feels so bad, even though I had such a great answer for his turn 8 Katrina and his turn 9 King Crush. I think we try the Think Master now. That's unfortunate. Oh no, actually we did make it a little bit smaller. I'm at 17, he needs another 10 to kill me here. It's not looking promising. Not looking promising at all. What do I even need to top deck to win? Ungoro pack probably, right? Because he's just going to make a big beast every single turn, from here to eternity. Well, this is a brawl turn, obviously. Let's win the brawl. Time to win the brawl. I did not win the brawl. Sad. Have to try with the Matriarch. Maybe it lives. Maybe. But it's looking pretty weak right now. I really wanted to win that brawl. That would have been very important to me. That cube play was terrible though. I could silence hero power flurry. My matriarch lives, his board dies. I will be at 8 and the matriarch will be a 6-3. But he has enough on board to kill the matriarch anyway. So I think that's what I need to do here. Flurry and hit face. Okay. He has spent both flanking strikes. So he doesn't necessarily have an answer to the matriarch here. I don't know if he has spider bombs or cubes left, because he attacked twice. Oh no, a lifesteal rush. Lifesteal rush beast, that's a good one. I have basically two options. I can do Amalgam Hero Power, or I can play Ysera. If I play Ysera and he has 6 from hand, he wins. I don't think I can afford to play Ysera. I think it's Amalgam Hero Power. Okay, we saw lifesteal. But 6 damage with charge is completely possible from the Rexa Hero Power. So this might let me live a couple of turns and then I might find more tools. 3-6 lifesteal rush. Okay. And he kills off the amalgam, yes. Don't silence this first to deny the armor. It's an intriguing question. I think not. There might be something more important to silence. I just need to get some health buffer. I just need to find some health buffer here and try to just get it through in the fatigue. Hope he can't find too much lifesteal stuff. He has already found a couple of lifesteal rushers with the cursor and the beetle. He doesn't always find it. Scary stuff. I need to roast that one. And armor up again. Alright. He has one beast now that was generated in hand. So if it's lifesteal rusher, or if he can find a lifesteal rusher, he has 2 turns if he can't find lifesteal. It's around 50% to find lifesteal, it's a little bit less. He has already found several, but can he find more? He might also find lethal. I had a Void Ripper. Intriguing. I don't have any synergy cards left in the deck. I'm at 17 health. He can't kill me from 17 in a single turn. Yeah, I know, no life, still no win. I can simply play the Ysera now. I can simply play the Ysera in this position. I even find the Awakens. So maybe there's even a way through lifesteal now. There isn't a single charge beast that can kill me from here. Because this kind of deck is not very good against combo decks. Sleep is overrated. Once you're in your 30s, you will find that sleep is not overrated at all. Alright. I'm expecting some kind of combo. I hope it's just like a Mind Blast Priest, because then I might be able to out-armor it. But other than that, we'll see. We'll try. Oh, it's some kind of a meme priest. Okay. So probably playing Talanji. Mind control maybe. Oh, if he has Benedictus, then I can't beat him in fatigue either. That doesn't sound good. Double Thought Steel opener. Alright.
Meddlesome insect.
I think we open with the Daihon Hatchling here. This is the moment when he's least likely to have access to silence. But I think he runs Benedictus in that deck. And that means that I can't beat him in fatigue. I would have to beat him some other way. Okay, he managed to pick up... I had one silence in hand already. One was in the deck. He managed to pick it up with the Thought Steals. Fine. That can sometimes happen to you. That can obviously sometimes happen. I think I'm in a face-hitting plan here. Let's try this approach. I mean, if he wants to shuffle this hatchling back into my deck, I'm all for it. He just wants to get rid of a Thought Shield. Useless card. Oh, that was such a snap pick. Have you ever seen someone pick something that fast? Free Shaman deck. No, it still does not exist. It has not existed before and it still doesn't. Let's play the Amalgam. I think this deck is going to run Benedictus though. So I got one good card from Thought Steal, one bad card from Thought Steal. That seems Thought Steal. He still has another 2 cards from my deck. Oh, that was a good card from my deck. Good powerful card. Now if I want to kill it, I have to trade in both. I don't want to do that. Also kind of don't want to play the Amalgam. Scorcher is fine. We Scorch. And we trade with the Amalgam. And this one goes face. Alright. That was fine. Turn 8. Has played 3 of the Thought Steal cards so far. Shield Slam, Owl and Roaster. One more to go. That obviously is not a Thought Steal card. But I want to push face. I really want to push face here. See how he responds to pressure. I don't think I have other ways to win this game. Because I expect him to run stuff like Benedictus. So I don't actually get a win in fatigue.
Is someone injured?
Intriguing. So now he's threatening to take over the board. Do I want to deny card draw? Playing Baku is not too impressive. He now has 1 spell from Shadow Visions. I think I do want to deny card draw. Let's kill that one. Play the Baku. I'll do it like this for now. Let's see what happens. It's a random dragon from the Bone Drake. Somehow I really expect there to be a Benedictus in this deck. That like seems to make perfect sense. Oh, if he has another Primordial Drake here, that's really strong. Or a Duskbreaker. That works too. More Bone Drakes. Intriguing. Because I thought I was the beatdown. Emery's sense, I think. Those are scary senses, aren't they? Do I want to brawl this board? Pretty key question. Maybe give him another random dragon. So much value. I don't want to silence this yet though, because there could be other good silence targets still. I think we're brawling. I was also considering Faceless manipulating the Bone Drake before the brawl. He might have silences out there. I think I'll Faceless the Bone Drake now though. He probably has silence in that deck. But does he have it in hand? There's a lot of randomly generated stuff in hand. Just a Crowd Roaster, right? And I get a Crowd Roaster. Everyone gets a Crowd Roaster. You get a Crowd Roaster, and you get a Crowd Roaster, and you get a Crowd Roaster. I'm going to roast this roaster. Alright. It might also just be very heavy dragon build. With no Benedictus. But if there's no Benedictus, then I'm in a pretty good spot, right? There has to be a Benedictus somewhere. Maybe that doesn't have to be. This seems like a decent Thinkmaster time. Oh, got a 5/5. That's unfortunate. Does he have a mind control for the hatchling? If he runs double Thought Steal, he might run mind control. I'm a little bit scared about that mind control. I think I'll run Great Scorcher here. Because I don't know what to play around. Do I play around Benedictus? Do I play around mind control? I don't know. I simply don't have the information about the deck. So it's very difficult to choose correct lines of play, and that's why control decks are very difficult to play at this point, because you don't really have a win condition of your own, other than just doing things better than your opponent, outplaying them. He wants to hit face. Intriguing. Well, there's an MC Tech for sure. Well, that's a good Super Collider. He might even have weapon removal in that deck. I can trade there and I can trade here. Alright. Is there a Benedictus in that deck or not? I don't even know anymore. Is there mind control in that deck or not? I don't know that one either. This should bait out a mind control, if there's a mind control. There has to be a Princess Talanji, right? If there's Cians. He could Cians a copy of this too. So he's not going for a mind control yet. But he might go for one later. And if he mind controls Ysera, that's a disaster. I have no armor left after this turn. I mean, I could do Reckless Flurry now, and then hit into the Sleepy Dragon. That's probably the best line I have available, actually. Just kill off the Sleepy Dragon now. And the Primordial Drake. He has a Crowd Roaster, he has a Bone Drake, he has another Stonehill. Hard to say what else. Because both Benedictus and Mind Control are possible.
Behold the army of Zandala.
Okay, gets the statue. So... Radiant Elemental. That's weird. He clearly had some copy effect for Talanji that he was thinking of playing. If I do Brawl and Execute... I'll do Brawl and Execute on this board. I think it's going to be worth it. It's kind of hoping for something else to win than this. Because if anything else won, I'll still just execute that. I'll still just execute that. Okay. He has a copy effect, clearly. He might copy a Bone Drake. And if he can find something good from the Stone Hill, that's a big deal. They're saying don't play around mind control. Okay. I'm just not quite as convinced. He clearly has Cians left. So if I play Elise, he's going to make a copy of Elise, and he's going to get the Ungoro pack too. But I do have to silence the 12-6. 12-6 is too scary. Probably need to play the Amalgam. I still have both Crowd Roasters left in the deck. I'll find them eventually. I'm beginning to think that there is no Benedictus in that deck. At least I'm hoping there's no Benedictus in that deck. It really starts to look like there is no Benedictus. Well, there's a Crowd Roaster. He can make himself a Crowd Roaster, though. Anything I play, he can make himself a copy. And it was quite obvious that he had the Cians in hand. If he copies a Crowd Roaster, I currently cannot kill it. So I need to wait until I draw a card that kills it. I can equip the Super Collider, though. And get to work on these, so that I get rid of the Taunt minion here. So I will have more space to work with the Super Collider in future turns. Because now that he spent the Cians, but that was a copy of Cians, he still has... oh boy. He still has the original one left. But now I have to Crowd Roaster this. That's kind of the plan here. I will have to Crowd Roaster that. He still has one more Cians left, because that was a copy with Shadow Visions. But I don't want to give him an Elise. That's the thing here, really. That just gives him so much fuel. And I don't mind 2 damage per turn from this one. I just need to be patient. He has one more Cians left. He has one Crowd Roaster left. Oh no, he had an Ooze. Oh, that was nasty. That was really nasty. But I can't give him an Elise now, can I? But can I give him a Daiho Matriarch? Or a Nucera? What can I really give him? He has one Crowd Roaster left. One Cians left. I have a Shield Slam, I have a Reckless Flurry still in the deck. I can probably give him a Daihon Matriarch. But he has a Crowd Roaster in hand right now, right? I still think this has got to be the line. I really can't give him an Elise. He has one more Cians left. That Cians has to be spent. He has one more Shadow Visions left too, so if he has more spells deep in that deck, there might be something that he can do.
Darkness speaks to
Have to be very careful about this. Brawl. That was an interesting choice. Oh, and he loses the Brawl. Ah, that's gotta feel bad.
Is someone injured?
Why did you play the Cleric when you couldn't get a ping from the Cleric now? for some execute effects. I don't even know. I still cannot give him an release. Well, he could use this and ping and crowd roaster. Then I'll roast his roaster. He had a Shadow Word Death. Intriguing. But this damage is just not enough right now. The amount of damage you're pushing is simply... it's not threatening. He has Cian's Crowd Roaster. Does he have Cian's Crowd Roaster Bone Drake? Or does he have something else? Those would be cards that I have not seen duplicates played. I assume there's at least Cian's. Can he have double Mind Blast? Because this is currently dealing 1 damage per turn. That was a weird... that was a very weird build. Here I was, thinking that that's some kind of genius Steel Priest Dragon deck, but it wasn't. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.